Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So the view is going to change here after I explain what I'm going to do and show you guys the items needed for this DIY. This is a DIY fabric paint for, you could honestly do one plate for probably $3, just shopping for the right prices. Mine are a little bit more expensive because of the fabric I needed for my sister-in-law. This is a gift from my sister-in-law for her, like for Christmas. And she loves The Nightmare Before Christmas. So I made this plate. There's nothing on the surface of the plate where the food will be sitting. There is a little bit of Mod Podge around the edge here that I'm going to clean up once I am done putting all of the layers on. This plate is pretty much done. I just have one more layer of the Mod Podge that I need to put on the back. This is the back. This is where the fabric is, and the Mod Podge. So, show you guys a few, or the few items that you will need for this DIY. Obviously, a sharp pair of scissors that are good for cutting fabric. You need some Mod Podge, dishwasher safe if you plan to eat from these plates. It takes 28 days to completely cure, but you can wait 1 to 2 hours and add 2 to 3 coats, but you want it to dry in between coats. So make sure if you guys are doing this, this is why I'm getting this DIY out now. If you guys plan to do this, you might want to start on it so that you guys have plenty of time, the 28 days, to get it to cure completely and properly before use. Some people use these as a decoration and they get like a photo stand or something like that and prop it up like this. These, my sister-in-law, I'm pretty sure will actually be using. I'm making 4. 3 of them, or 2 of them, just need 1 more coat of Mod Podge. 1 of them needs 2 more coats of Mod Podge, and the one that I'm showing you guys today. I started filming this DIY, and it went no way according to plan. The shots were bad, the lighting was bad, it was just all around bad, so I just trashed that whole section of the video. Next, you'll need some type of cup or something like that to elevate your plate so that you're not getting anything on your work surface and the Mod Podge is not sticking to your table or your floor or your desk or what have you while it is drying. It's not getting stuck and just messing things up. I'm using an old formula can that I had ended up decorating for a bow tin. I'm using it, I'm going to just set the plate upside down on this. This is the label for the Mod Podge. I got this on Amazon. I think it was like $4 for this. It's an 8-ounce thing. So I got that. You'll need a foam sponge brush or any kind of other paintbrush type object. I got a pack of 8, I believe, of the Tool Bench foam brushes from Dollar Tree for $1. And these ones are nice because they have the wooden handles as well. Then you will need your fabric of choice. Again, this is the fabric I've got because my sister-in-law loves Nightmare Before Christmas. So this is the fabric that I picked. And I went ahead and just cut this one already for the size that I need it to be. I got that on Amazon. I think it was $13 for a yard. So it's a little bit more pricier, but you could use the fat quarters at Walmart for 99 cents or whatever they are. And you can make, I don't know exactly how many plates. I'm thinking 1 or 2. But still, that's not bad. And you can do a wide array. Any kind of fabric, cotton fabric you can use for this DIY. I don't know how well it would work with like fleece or like thicker fabrics, but definitely works well with cotton. And then you will need Your plates. I got this plate at Dollar Tree. It's just a 10.5 inch from this side to this side wide plate. I went ahead and took the sticker, like the barcode sticker, off of the bottom, and I cleaned it with nail polish remover just to get all of the sticky residue completely off. And then I did go ahead and wash this plate to get it prepped. I think that's really all you need. The sand, the Mod Podge, the fabric plate, the scissors, the sponge brush. Yeah, those are all of the items that you need to make this DIY. Now I'm going to set you guys up with an over angle shot so that you guys can see exactly what I'm doing, and I will talk you guys through the process of what I'm doing. And yeah. Okay, so you guys can see I have the plate already prepped. Make sure this is the bottom of the plate that you have facing up. So bottom, up, top, down. Then you'll just take your Mod Podge. I gotta get mine open. And your brush of choice. Again, I'm using the Tool Bench foam brushes from Dollar Tree. I got 8 of them for $1. And I keep it in this Ziploc bag so that it stays wet while I am in between coats. And my brush is not drying. As you guys can see, it's putting Mod Podge on there. This way it's not drying in between uses, and I don't have to worry about wasting brushes or anything like that. So this, you're just gonna take a nice healthy amount of the Mod Podge and place on the plate and get a nice even coat over the plate. If there's too much, it will take way longer to dry. So just try to get a nice thin, even layer, scraping off Mod Podge if needed. So I'm just gonna go ahead and continue to get this all down the sides, get a nice even coat. See how there's a lot up here still? I'm going to take my brush, stick it in the Mod Podge, and get the excess off of my brush so there's not as much on my brush now. And just go back over it to evenly distribute it. Still have a nice healthy amount on the plate. I don't know why I keep saying healthy. A nice amount on the plate, but not enough to where it's gobbing up and causing like bubbles or anything like that. You do not want bubbles, because bubbles will most likely lead to your fabric not sticking to the plate properly and not getting the waterproof seal that you would want for this. Now, I think I mentioned in the top, like beginning, about when I was talking about the Mod Podge, I very well may not have. You can use any Mod Podge if you do not plan to use this plate to eat off of. If you want to eat off of it, make sure to get the dishwasher safe. Just be advised, I'm going to tell my sister-in-law the same thing. I personally would not put it in the dishwasher, even though the Mod Podge says dishwasher safe. I would personally just hand wash it with mild soap, like Dawn dish soap or whatever. Now that that is on there, you want to take your fabric. This is the good side. Obviously, this is the nice printed, vibrant colored side, and this is not. You want the nice side of the fabric onto the plate, and then just smooth out all of the wrinkles so that your fabric lays nice and flat. You can use any fabric, like I've mentioned, and any plate as long as it is clear. You want to have a nice clear plate, not like a frosted black matte colored, like you want just completely clear and white. to ensure, or clear, not white, to ensure that the fabric design is going to show through at its full potential. You can use round plates like I'm doing. You can use square plates like flower plates, like any kind of plate as long as it's a clear plate. You can also do like a vinyl if you want, like a decal. You could put in the middle like Mr. and Mrs. or something like that, and then put your favorite fabric over it. I would personally just put the vinyl on and then like do the vinyl on the plate, then the Mod Podge, and then the fabric. Oh, sorry, I was very itchy. So yeah, once you get all of the wrinkles and bumps and everything out of here, which I have done, you want to flip the plate over so that you can trim off all this excess hanging fabric. So I'm going to flip this over. And it's already looking so good. It's just a little dark because obviously the Mod Podge is still wet. So I'm going to go ahead and cut as close to the plate as possible. If you cut too far away from the plate, you are likely to get stiff edges when you apply your Mod Podge, and then you'll have to go back and try to trim those off. That was my first mistake with the first two that I made, but I did get them fixed so that they're not too sharp on the edges or anything anymore. So just get as close as possible to the plate. I don't know if you guys can hear, but my scissors are actually brushing up against the plate as I'm cutting, just to make sure that I'm getting that nice close cut. Now, this is all of the fabric that I trimmed off. You can keep it and do other things with it. I end up just throwing them away. Then, once you have it all trimmed off, it looks like a nice plate already. You want to flip it back upside down. Just again, smooth and make sure nothing came up while you were trimming off the excess fabric. You don't have to flip it upside right to trim the fabric. I just find it easier to get that nice close finish to the plate. Now I'm going to put more Mod Podge on the top of the fabric. This is what will make it waterproof so that you can wash it after eating off of it, because obviously you don't want to eat off of dirty plates. And you don't want to go through all this work to use the plate once or something like that. But like I said, you can use it as decoration. You can use it to actually eat off of. You can do whatever you please with it, whatever tickles your fancy. So after I get a nice even coat on the back here, which hopefully doesn't take a whole long time here, but you do want to make sure you get every inch of the back of the plate here, all the fabric, just to make sure that you have even coats and stuff like that when you're applying your additional layers. And you don't want it to be too heavy on there so that it takes longer than a few hours to dry. Someone that I watched a tutorial like on these before, she put so much and so heavy of a layer on the Mod Podge, of the Mod Podge on the plate. It took hers 4 days to dry. So you do not want to do that, because you will still have to put more layers on after that first layer dries. So now this plate is essentially done. It just needs a few more coats of the Mod Podge on the back. I'm not gonna show that because it really doesn't look a whole lot different than what it does now. This, like I said, is with 2 coats of the Mod Podge. I just need 1 more coat on this one and 1 other plate. But this, again, is what the plate looks like up close. You can eat off of this perfectly fine. Let me pull you guys back up so you guys can see my face here. So there's nothing on the plate where the food will sit. So you can sit there and eat from it just fine. There are a few spots, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to tell, but here on the edge, there's a few spots of the Mod Podge where it had seeped off, or like around while it was upside down drying, but that will peel right off and just make it safe for eating and stuff like that. I will wash these before I give them to her and everything like that, because obviously my hands are going to be all over them. But this is how these plates, these fabric plates, are made. You can also do oh, excuse me, a stained oh my gosh, a stained glass look, where you take a piece of fabric and you cut it up into different shapes and place it. My throat is so dry, I'm so sorry. So you just take like your fabric, like I have here, and just cut like this section here. You'd put a little bit of Mod Podge down on the plate, place this with the vibrant side down on the plate, put a little bit more Mod Podge, and then just keep doing that, overlapping the pieces as you go. That was just another technique I saw to do it. I just liked this way better. I think it looks more elegant. I personally don't care for the stained glass look, but you very well may. It's all up to personal preference. Again, any personal preference on the fabric. You can use footballs, or like football teams, hockey teams, like ice cream cones, or butterflies, or, you know, cupcakes, or bicycles, or any fabric that you can get your hands on that is cotton thin material. I don't know how well it would work with like sequins or glitter or what have you. I would stick to just plain straight plain Jane cotton to do this. I'm probably gonna make myself some. You could do it with like Valentine's plates, so you could have a set for Valentine's Day, a set for St. Patrick's Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, Memorial Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Halloween, like any design that you want, you can do. And it's real cheap. I get my plates at Dollar Tree. You can get them at Walmart. They do have some for $1 that are a little bit smaller than these. I think for roughly this size at Walmart, it's $1.50. Save your 50 cents and get a plate at Dollar Tree. You could get them at secondhand stores such as Goodwill or Salvation Army. It's all up to you and what you want to do and how you want to be creative. If you guys do make these of any design, please share the photos with me. Down in the description box are my Instagram and my Facebook group for my YouTube channel. If you guys want to, add me or follow me on Instagram and tag me on Instagram. If you want to go over to the Facebook group, just add yourself into the group. Everyone needs to be approved, but I approve every single one of you that come over. And you guys can post over there that you did this tutorial and you wanted to show me. I will respond to everybody's that I see. That's just who I am as a person right now. If my channel gets bigger, it may be a little bit more difficult to respond to everybody, but I just I respond to pretty much every comment. I at least like every comment that I do see. So yeah, I'm going to move this. I would keep the plates in a warm, dry area so that the Mod Podge cures properly. So I'm gonna go take this into the bedroom and set it down where it can dry properly. And if you do pick it up, you want to go under the plate and scoot by where it's on the stand and carry it upside down without touching the Mod Podge, just to ensure that you get a nice layer, no fingerprints, no smudges. You're not pulling the fabric or anything. You just have a nice, clean DIY fabric plate. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this tutorial. Again, if you do make these, please, please, please show me your projects. I would love to see what you guys have done. And I'll try to create an Amazon storefront or whatever it's called. I don't know if I can do that or not. If I can, I will have the Mod Podge and this fabric on there to start, just so you guys can see what I spent or whatever. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye. Real quick before you guys go, I want to show you guys another DIY with this fabric concept. So you guys have seen the plates. That's what I just obviously showed you how to do. Now I want you guys to see the other project that I just did with this fabric. Please excuse my nose, it's very rough for me today, but I made Jack and Sally bowls. I have 2 Jacks and 2 Sallys. I tried to wrap the bowls completely in fabric, but the way the bowls are shaped and everything, the fabric just wasn't laying flat like it needs to be. So I'm just gonna leave them like this, a clear bowl with Jack and Sally. So like if you're sitting there and you're eating your cereal and then you're drinking your milk and you're like, oh, hi Jack or hi Sally, I don't know. I just figured it was easier that way. I did try multiple different ways to get the fabric on the sides. I tried taking like, again, please excuse my sinuses and everything. The ones with Jack, I tried taking and cutting out a couple of Sally's and putting them so there would be like 5 Sally's on the side of the bowl, and then filling it in with this. Let me show you on the plates. Filling it in with like this stained glass area, and it just, nothing was working. It looked tacky when I did it that way. I don't like the stained glass look that you can make with these plates or bowls or whatever. I personally don't care for it, but I just wanted to show you guys that for the bowls, and I think I might do the same thing with plates depending on if she likes them or not. I'm not gonna make them beforehand. I'll ask her at Christmas time when I give her these if she would much rather have cups too. So that is it. I will talk to you guys all next time. Bye.